Hi beautiful souls, this is Archana here with Divine Soul Resonance, welcoming everyone to my channel with all my love and all my heart. I sincerely want to thank each one of you who has been subscribing to my channel, sharing my content and bringing such beautiful energy, sending donations and taking personal readings and healings from me. I really, honestly appreciate each one of you for that. I absolutely love to hear that my readings or anything that I've said here has brought a positive shift in your life. It truly is a very monumental aspect for me because this is what my life purpose is. So I thank you all for helping me fulfill my life purpose. And if you're coming to my channel for the first time, I welcome you. And if you like my content, go ahead and subscribe and let's grow this beautiful community together. It wouldn't be a community if it wasn't for all of you. So today, I was guided to bring forth a reading for us to look at how we can harness this amazing energy of Virgo. So what is Virgo? Virgo is the methodical, practical side of us, our human nature that finds the joy in serving, in the honor in duty, in the pleasure in organization and analysis. Virgo is about high standards, setting high standards. It's very detailed oriented, precision, logic. However, this very exacting nature can become overly critical, harsh, and perfectionist to a fault. So what is it that we need to watch out for? What is our inner dialogue saying? Is it talking about, I should do this, you should do this, they should do that? So we're going to look at how these Virgo tendencies in us help us or hinder us. We're going to examine how this perfectionist drive manifests within ourselves. What are the negative emotions within us that tells us that we're not good enough? And how are they affecting our lives? And what do they truly reveal about us? I was really called to do this reading. I am not an astrologer. However, we all are driven towards curiosity, and it is my curious nature to learn a bit about astrology, to know about the signs and all these zodiac signs that exist within each of us. This is a part of the human nature. It's a part of a human psyche. And each has a polar energy, okay, the light aspect and the shadow aspect. Now, many of us have understood or seen one aspect of that particular energy, and the shadow aspect is something that we ignore or we are unaware of. So Virgo is, and we're looking at the energy in September, which is the number 9. 9, I've taken out the Hermit card, is the major arcana in tarot, which talks about self-reflection. It is to examine, where are you being overly critical? Where are you not allowing yourself the gift of a bigger picture, the gift of going with the flow? And also, let's have a look at, where is it that you really need to bring in organization? So let's delve into the reading and things will become clear. So let's first start with the first question we're going to ask is, where are the collective too critical of others at this time? That is, in what ways have you been too harsh, and where can you be kinder in life towards others? Let's examine the first question. So the first question speaks of is, where have you been too critical of others? Okay. So perhaps you have learned some lessons about learning to walk away from things that have not been emotionally fulfilling for you. And when you see someone else who is unable to let go of the past, unable to let go of the hurt, unable to let go of a situation, unable to let go of an old job, unable to come out of a certain cycle which they know and you know is detrimental for their growth, is detrimental to their life, and yet they're unable to do it. And you may be judging them too harshly for their inability to move away from things, to go towards something that's more emotionally fulfilling, that's more in alignment with their soul. Okay, so this is where I'm picking up for the collective. Now, how is it that you can be a little bit more kinder towards others? Okay, so there is a gentler way in expressing and understanding that spiritual growth, understanding that the spiritual growth is an individual journey. Okay, and what is easy for one may be the most challenging and the most daunting task for another. So bringing in a different perspective, perhaps you can be kinder in making a suggestion about a perspective and not holding on too strongly and making sure that, okay, this is the only way. I'm telling you that this is the only way that you need to do things, and this is the better way of doing it. Allow a person a growth, allow the person and give them the space, give them the love, give them the compassion, give them an understanding, okay? Perhaps you can offer a different perspective. Offer and give them a chance to do the inner reflection. Show them by not just walking and doing the work for them. Like, look, this is what you did, this is what you need to do. It's spoon feeding them. So in this case, what I'm feeling, how you can be kinder to the other person is to be compassionate that they are unable to move, and perhaps find a gentler way. Use your heart energy. There's a lot of green here. Use your heart energy of power of forgiveness. Perhaps you teach them the power of forgiveness. Perhaps you show them a compassionate way. Perhaps you show them a gentler way without saying this is what you need to do. So make gentler suggestions. And also perhaps it is your place to help them to overcome fear. It's a fear. It's a fear of growth. It's a fear of leaving to leave the known into an unknown world, right? So help them to see that when they are in the energy of fear, that it is testing their resolve to live in the energy of love. So offer them love and offer them compassion. This is something where you can help the collective, you can help people around you to be kinder and less harsh. And the same goes for you. The same goes for you. And we're going to look at the next question. And the next question is, this is where you've been for others, okay? The second is, where are you too hard on yourself? You know, the Virgo energy where it says, okay, everything must be very methodical, everything must be exact, very precise, things must be done, very detail oriented, attention to detail. It is wonderful, but sometimes it can become into heavy self-judgment and self-critical analysis. Okay, so let's look at where in your life have you been too hard on yourself, and in what ways have you been too harsh, and how you can be kinder. So many angels. I'll take one. So where are the people too hard on themselves, and where can they be kinder in this cycle? Thank you. Where have the people been too hard on themselves? And where can they be kinder? So I do feel with all these energies present here that where you have been extremely critical or hard on yourself is perhaps you've been really trying to bring the two polar energies in balance, heart and mind in alignment. You've been trying to get a movement in your life. You've been trying to get things to change. Perhaps money matters, things in the physicality, a shift in a relationship, shift in a job. And that has caused a lot of worry in you, okay? And the worry is the worry about finances, the worry about future, the worry about what the change is going to bring. And also perhaps where you've been kind of critical and hard on yourself, I do feel, is that sometimes you lack the motivation, you lack the determination, or you give in, right? So that you're lacking self-control in moving forward, okay? You perhaps fall back into an old pattern, okay? Where you fall back into an old pattern. Do you see now how parallel it is? Because there are certain aspects in your life where you fall back to an old pattern and you're critical on yourself. And that's what it reflects in when you are being critical of others, or you're being a little bit too harsh about others. So your key is that you can be really kinder to yourself by saying that I'm learning that worry really doesn't change an outcome. So me worrying about what my finance is going to be, or how slow the growth in finances is, and when am I going to be able to manifest my heart's desire. I've been putting in all this work and effort. Maybe I'm just not good enough. I keep falling back. I keep going back to an old pattern. I keep going back to that addiction, or I revert back to the negative way of thinking. Will I ever be able to take charge? Okay. So go easy on yourself and understand that there'll always be these cycles where we take a few steps forward and we take a few steps back. We don't want to fall back, but it is part of the growth. It is part of the learning. I've been on this path for years, and as I progressed in spiritual understanding and in my own spiritual awareness, and I'm telling you, the shadow aspect of the Virgo element would really highlight for me, because I love things going in exact nature. I like excellence. I like when things go according to plan. So order and high value on the output. Attention to details where things must go a certain way. I love where I can organize and see things of value. But then there's so many aspects in my life where I realize that I'm not that organized, or where there's a lot of chaos. And if I improve that area, it would reflect better. And I tend to get extremely judgmental, or used to. I'm getting better with it. I'm learning it. And that's what I'm talking about here, is I would get extremely critical and judgmental about myself on why can't I learn this? There are people who are so organized. Archana, why can't you do this? Why are you so chaotic? Why is things not falling? So I tend to, and that's the shadow aspect of the Virgo within me. I'm an Aquarius sun sign, but I'm talking about the human nature, the Virgo part of within all of us, is that I am not cutting myself slack here. I'm not cutting myself like this is a learning experience. It's okay. You fell off the bike, get back up again, and we try and we move forward. And this is what the Chariot card refers to, is that perhaps when there is lack of movement, or perhaps when there is fast movement, you get worried. You get worried that whether you would be able to handle it or not, and you become quite critical, and you begin to worry that whether you are worthy and do you have the right skill sets. So be kinder to yourself, and know that this is all learning. We all progress like we've gone to school. We start from kindergarten, we move up slow and steady. You learn certain skill sets and you move. This is spiritual learning and understanding, and life is a beautiful playground where we get to learn and play. So go easy on yourself, and as you begin to go easy on yourself, you'll go easier on others. You will not hold them completely to the T and be very nitpicky that things have to be done like that. So watch out for those tendencies. Watch out for the tendencies when you get super irritated with other people, when you like things a certain way in a certain set pattern. Understand that that's a very highly controlling aspect of you. So it's okay. Just don't be judgmental about yourself about it, and slowly start to see things from a different perspective. And then you'll blend the two energies to when to go in for control and when to kind of let go and allow things to kind of be a little bit fluid. Okay, so this is beautiful. So let's look at the third question. The third question I'm asking is, what is the effect of your perfectionism? Meaning, what is the positive or the negative influence does the sense of order bring for you? What's the effect of this perfectionism in your life right now? We're all changing. This may not be valid for you a few months from now. Okay, so let's look at So this is automatically telling me the negative influence. Yes. Let's take one more message from here. What is the effect of perfectionism? Whoa. I know, I can't talk about the whole deck, angels. What is the effect of people's perfectionism in their life? What influence is it having? Okay, 2 want to come. Thank you. I'll take it. Thank you. Okay, so I'm seeing both positive and negative effect of that. That's a really powerful question with the messages that have shown up. So what is the effect of this perfectionism trait that you have in you, wanting things, orderly and in the right place? It's creating a lot of stress. It's creating a lot of heartache. It's creating a lot of grief. It's creating a lot of feelings where you're feeling hurt. This is the 3 of Swords, okay, which is about heartache, which is about pain. So there's a lot of pain. That's all I'll leave it at. Now take it how it resonates in different areas, for work, for relationships, for intimate connections within your own self, okay? When you're judging yourself very harshly, then you're seeing yourself not being able to move in your spiritual quest of learning and mastery in certain areas. It could be when you're being overly critical to your partner, then it shows up as fights between the people, and it creates a lot of negative energy, and it creates hurtful words. Okay, so see it how it resonates for you in your life. So this is how it is. This is the effect of perfectionism. So it is time to kind of release a bit of a tight hold on that. All right. So what I'm also seeing over here is the negative effect of this perfectionism is that you're trying to perfect yourself in a certain way and push yourself and not allow yourself a chance for making a mistake at all. Meaning that you're not giving yourself permission that if there's a bump on the road and you just learn how to ride the bike, that you fell off. You're scolding yourself, you're getting angry at yourself, you're getting angry at the road, you're getting angry at maybe the government that didn't do the roads and they're taking the money, and now we're going on and on and on, and the whole web of negativity is created along that one belief pattern that you hold, that everything must fall in this perfect order, right? That is a belief. That is a belief pattern that you're holding on to. It's time to loosen. It's time to let go. Don't hold that. Don't grip it so tightly, and release that part gently. And as you do, you're going to, I don't want to say you're going to prevent yourself from getting the pain. Let's put it this way. You're going to reduce the amount of pain that you feel when you are not expecting everything to go a certain way. There's a release of expectations. So what I do feel, the part that you may agree consciously, but at a subconscious level, it's building the energy of envy. It's building the energy of envy that other people can do it, I can't do it. And if I must do this correctly, therefore I can build this much of my bank balance. This is what I could do for a relationship. This is what I can do to the community. So why is it that I'm not getting it and they have it? So it is creating resentment. It is creating envy. It is creating this is the sense of lack. So this is the negative aspect of when you're becoming overly perfectionist. Your mind is in the details, in the small details. You're not getting the bigger picture. And I'll do the second part of the reading with that. What's also doing is it's affecting your abundance, all right? Because it's the 3 of Swords, it is affecting the flow of prosperity come in. It's affecting the flow of good things to happen in your life, the right opportunities, the right people, the right job offer, a promotion. It's because you're being too perfectionist. Maybe people just want to run away from you because you're going to force them to do certain things a certain way. I mean, we're always blinded by we can't really see our shadow sides, okay? You may be coming from that place of, hey, listen, this is a project and this must be done correctly. And you're coming from that place, but you're not giving any room for error. We're not saying, so there's always a fine line. Let me put it this way. It's hard for me to say one thing and not immediately oppose it, okay? immediately say the opposite, because this is a fine line and this is something you have to master. It's like, I have to give the example of the bike. It's, you got to put one pedal and then the other. There may be a bit of a wobbly, then you'll know how to adjust yourself. So this is something of our learning. This is the Virgo energy, that it has beautiful energy of organization, of precision, of getting things done correctly, being very methodical about it. Otherwise, how are you going to make your dreams a reality? If we didn't have the Virgo energy in us, we would all be just dreamers, which is great, but you're not making anything of practical value. That comes in because of the Virgo energy. Okay, now let's get the plans in action. This is wonderful. This is our game plan. This is how we put it to action. So the action steps, right? So, but be mindful of, when we get stuck with the action steps, we forget the higher picture. And that brings me to the final question on this spread, and that is, what big picture are you missing when you do this? What is the big picture? What is it that you're not seeing? Okay. What is the big picture? What is the big picture that people are not seeing? Okay, thank you, angels. Generally, in traditional tarot, card number 11, the major arcana, is the Justice card, and this is the balance. But in this particular deck, it's they're giving it as the Strength card. And with empathy here and the King of Wands here, I'll tell you what is the big picture. Let's get the King of Wands here first. The big picture, as someone who reaches a king energy, male or female, doesn't matter, is an enthroned energy, is an energy of a leader, a visionary, someone like, when you're an eagle, right? You get to see a big picture. Let's get the whole landscape together. So what you're going to miss when we are completely into the little details, or the tiniest details, which create worry, which stop our growth, which create negativity, blocks our abundance, is that actually keeping an eye on the big picture of generosity, okay? Also camaraderie, of helping one another, understanding that each person has limitations, and that it is okay if things go off track a little bit. It is completely okay. Okay, so being open to seeing both sides of the situation is important. And what you're going to miss, and this is what you're missing, you're not seeing that bringing harmony into the world, bringing balance, but without judgment. So the key is over here is, I'm feeling criticism and judgments. The big picture is, yes, I do want to bring balance. Yes, I do want to bring perfectionism. Yes, I do want to bring in things that move in a certain direction with precision. However, I'm doing so without judgment. There's great strength and grace through kindness, through self-confidence and forgiveness. So the key lessons that we can have as a takeaway from here is that the big picture is that grow other people's self-confidence. Okay, allow them, give them the gift that it's okay. I'll mentor you. I'll help you to make better choices. Let's say it's in a group project at work. Okay, it could be someone who's really trying to get themselves organized, and you get frustrated just seeing them all unorganized. Perhaps give them suggestions. Perhaps give them gentler suggestions, and give them a few tools that they can use. But let them figure that out. Okay, so acts of kindness goes a long way. Okay, it also builds and boosts other people's self-confidence, and that's what a leader does. A leader is not someone who's going to put you down. A good leader, of course, there are leaders who put you down. Of course, there are people who are in power who abuse the power, but we're focusing on the positive leaders. We're talking about empowered leaders, male or female. So empowerment is your empowerment comes in as you empower the people to make their choices that are healthy. You allow them that space. Okay, this is your space. This is where you work. You make a few mistakes, but you come back together. And let me give you the guidance so that you can learn and grow. Allow people to grow at their pace. And there's great strength in that. That's beautiful. I love that. Thank you, angels. So this is the beautiful time to kind of reflect on this side of this human nature. Okay, so finding that joy in organization, that's wonderful. Maintaining high standards, but also knowing to see the big picture. Also seeing where you have been critical, start to look and reflect in this month of September on where you have held critical judgments against yourself, then against others, okay? And how that is having an impact in your life. You'll definitely get a visual when you begin to do an inner reflection. And then what is the big picture that you are not able to see? You know, and if you'd like a personal reading to delve more into this for yourself, and especially for this particular type of reading, I'll put all the details in the description box of this video, and you can reach out to me on that. What I am going to do is, because there were two beautiful spreads that I loved for this Virgo energy that I discovered on the internet, and I want to bring that forward. So I'm going to do the second one right now. I'm going to give you two spreads. Let's keep the Virgo energy here, and let's have a look at the second part of this reading. You're getting two readings in one. All right. First, we talked about this joy, right? This joy in serving, okay, in serving, and the honor and duty, okay? So in serving of others. That's beautiful Virgo energy there, community. So let's first take a question on how can you be in service to others with this beautiful Virgo energy? How can the people be in service to others? This will also help you to release the extreme perfectionism that you may have a tendency to lean towards. And you need to open your heart a little bit, be more empathetic. And in serving others, it opens up to empathy. Let's have a look at what's come up. And I see the Empress at the bottom of the deck. Beautiful. Two of Earth. Let me pull. How can the people be more in service to others? How can the people be more in service to others? Okay, thank you. I like it. How can you be in service to the community and to the world around? And we got the Two of Pentacles here, and this is talking about reinvention. Okay, so I do feel that there may have been in the past things that you have said, okay, you have done that were hurtful, and this is the time to look back, right, or reflect back on the words that were expressed that perhaps might have been less than empathetic, less than compassionate, less than kind, and to go back and perhaps, and I don't want to say just apologize, but yes, perhaps to go back and help people rebuild that part within them, okay? Because you have this gift of regeneration, okay? The Empress energy. You have this gift of bringing in healing. You have this gift of bringing in happiness, joy, and creative energy to people, okay? So I am feeling that this is the time that you can help people reinvent that part within themselves where they feel very imbalanced, where they feel imbalanced about making choices, okay, which direction to go, what is right, what is wrong. But you're not going to tell others that this is right, this is wrong. You're going to guide them and guide them through uplifting words, because I got Mercury, which is about the planet of thinking. It's a planet of speaking, communication. So this is the time to reinvent the communication that you have within yourself and with others. How do you communicate with others? This is how you can be of service to community. Perhaps you can be a speaker. Perhaps you can guide others, be a mentor, or get others to come into mentorship positions. You know, have some mentees who can then lead organizations and create more of a cooperative rather than a competitive environment. And that's beautiful. That's wonderful. Thank you. And I'm also getting another message with this is how you can help the community is to help people to focus. Okay, look at this person focusing on that one earth element, earth coin up there. This is speaking of his life purpose, helping people to push to see things on what is their life purpose, moving towards their true destiny, helping them discover the positive aspects about themselves so they can take those guided steps. This is what's coming for you, okay? Those who are tuning in right now, this is how you can help the community, okay? Now, whether you start up some community programs or you join a community program or you join an organization, you volunteer, or you simply do that as a one-on-one wherever you are, that is for each one of you individually. Okay, so now let's look at the second one. What needs to be cast off, okay, in this season? Okay, what needs to be decluttered in your life? Okay, something needs to go. Okay, some old aspects needs to be cleared out because the Virgo energy is about organization and structure to bring in excellence in work. So some things needs to go. We got true messengers. Wow. Okay, let's take another message here. What needs to go? What needs to be decluttered? What needs to be decluttered? What needs to go in this season? Thank you, angels. Okay. What needs to be decluttered from your life is, where are you focusing your emotions? Okay, when I say where are you focusing your emotions, what am I saying? Are you looking at past experiences? See, that's a Virgo energy. Are you looking at the past and seeing that fortune will never come to me, whether it's in love, whether it's in work that I love to do, or be in a community that I love, or have harmony in my love? We got the messenger of water, which is the page of water, the page of cups. When we're talking about decluttering from the page of cups, what it's feeling like, it is time to now it is time to start to take action towards what brings you happiness and fulfillment. Okay, that's one. So the way you can declutter it is to look at, where have you been putting your emotions on? If you have been investing your time and energy in the past constantly of a relationship, a new relationship where you had hoped would bring in a shift, was something that you had hoped and you had put in the time, you had given love, you had started something, okay? You had started something. Perhaps you started many things. This messenger of water can brings in many messages. Perhaps you started many things and now it is time to focus and direct that energy. That's a message for some. And for some others, it is perhaps you have focused too much energy, okay, in the things, on one thing that you wanted it to manifest, and you're just constantly putting in the time and effort. But the universe is saying that it is time to now focus your attention and your energy, your emotions, your joyful energy and positive affirmations towards growth, because we got the wheel of fortune here. We got an increase. Focus your emotions, or take your emotions to a beautiful place which speaks of success. I am successful. I am organized. I am able to bring forth my heart's desire with precision. I am organized. I am methodical. And when I am organized, I am set up for future success. I am successful. The kind of affirmations, the positive affirmations, the feelings that will bring in is what's going to bring in a new shift for you. Okay, this is what's going to expand. So what you need to declutter and let go of the past that has not worked out. Okay, turn your back and turn your mind on things that have not worked out and start to focus your attention on increase rather than on loss. Okay, so this is bringing me to the next question on what needs your attention. Where should you focus your attention? I've already talked apart. Okay, this is amazing. The Hermit energy came with the Hermit. Okay, so it is time to reflect back, because I think I'd already started talking about where you need to place your attention. And this is really this is really showing that, where do you want to expand? Where do you want your emotional growth to be? Okay, what is the next stage for your emotional growth? Is it to continuously look at things that have been in a state of lack? Or perhaps you now want to shift into the abundance mindset and emotions that get attached. Okay, and I trust in the unknown. In the past, I invested my time, I invested my energy. I didn't get, it was not reciprocated, and maybe I'll never get it. Should I trust anybody? What is taking place in the world? And all of those mindsets. Let's get a reset. Let's get a reset in this season. And it is the Hermit energy is you hold that key, the inner key. You have the answers within. This is just time to kind of look back. Okay, if I did this is what it yielded. Do I really want to do this again? Okay, do I want to invest that kind of time? Perhaps it is also the time to declutter from some relationship that you started. And it is something that is not fulfilling. So this is the time. This is that. But see, this is a message this is a general message. So see how it resonates for you. It could be that. Or it's time to, and I'm going to say it, it's time to grow up and not be I don't want to say that, but I'm going to say it, childish. It's time to grow up. Okay. Take dedicated steps. Okay. Take actionable steps. You have these dreams. You have these dreams to manifest something. You have a dream that's a big dream. Okay. I have this big dream. For a big dream to manifest, we need to take practical steps. And that's what the Virgo energy is teaching. So declutter that part and get clarity on how you want to increase. When you get the clarity on what you want to increase, and that goes with the Hermit energy of reflection. Reflect back and see what are some of the ways in which you can bring about a shift. What are the routines that you can set in place? Okay, what is a routine for success? Okay, I wake up in the morning and I do these affirmations. I go for a walk, I go for a run, I go work out. Okay, and I do a little bit of the spiritual practice, and then I go about my business, or I organize my papers, I organize my Excel files, whatever that may be for you. Okay, see what it means. Organize for success. Okay, time to declutter that part. Okay, what once was, that's fine. That's just, you're here learning some new ways of being. If you've been running away from the Virgo energy within you, the universe is saying it is time to bring certain aspects to light. And what it's talking about here is the sun. So what you need to focus on, and this is exactly what I've been saying, success, focus on abundance, focus on what are things in light. What is it that I can bring enlightenment to, in what area? Okay, rather than judging yourself. The first part of the reading, we're letting go of critical judgments. We're letting go of criticisms, and we are embracing the two aspects. And now you're saying, okay, there is value in organization. Where can I be organized? Where can I be dedicated? Where can I excel? So my question to you, my dears, is going to be, where do you want to excel in your life? Where do you want to excel and commit yourself to excellence in your life? Is the question that I'm already feeling. Okay, I'm seeing revolution. Yes, I was feeling the revolutionary energy. All right, now I didn't look at the next question. It says, where do you need to get more organized in your life? This is a general reading. If you need something that's personal, reach out to me. Okay, where do you need to get more organized? Okay, spiritualize your life. Okay, we got the Hierophant. Get yourself in alignment, okay? Get yourself in alignment, and I'll tell you a little bit more and not just leave it at that one line. When I say spiritualize your life, let's start by looking at this, okay? What I'm seeing over here is where you can get more organized is that find a sacred space. Get your mind clear with that reflective energy on what are the things that have taken place. What is it that you really want? My question to you in this reading at this end is, what do you want in life? Okay, what is it that your heart is desiring towards? What is it that, where do you want to go? Okay, what is it that you want out of life? That's a very important question to ask. We keep doing all these other things, but then we miss the big question. What is it that I want? What do you want in life? Reflect back on what are some of the things that you have done. Have they been in alignment towards your goal? okay, towards your what you want out of life. Is it happiness? Is it money with a certain amount? Is it vacations? Is it harmony? Is it peace? Is it illumination? What is it that you want out of life? Okay, that's very important to ask. We won't take a full life review, but where do you want to go? So when we start to keep that as the primary goal, that's why the Hierophant energy is here. And here's what I'm saying. When you keep that as right in front of you, okay, this is what I want. Peace, illumination, and I want to be financially independent, and etc., right? Whatever those goals are. Okay, it's important to visualize and have that right in front of you, and then you take guided steps towards it. That's what the Hierophant energy is, higher order thinking. It's connection to the spiritual realm. Once you connect to what your spirit is guiding you towards, then you get in alignment with expression, then you get in alignment with seeing things clearly. All right, you know what, for me, I'll give you an example. If I have to say, Archana, how are you going to use this particular part towards yourself? Like, what do I need to get organized in? There you go. My spiritual practices are sometimes on this time and sometimes on that. That's one. Second is, I need to create my vision board. Okay, I have them scattered around. I just want to see it every day and say those positive affirmations. Say that I am shifting out of my negative mindset. There's certain 10 things that I tend to repeat quite a bit in my life, and I realize that when certain doors are opening, then there's certain doors that begin to close again. Why? Because I am moving forward in some direction by using those positive statements, but then there's this negative cycle that I subconsciously am sending out, and therefore at a subconscious level, that's what I'm manifesting. So what do I need to do is get more in alignment with what my spiritual energy is, and I need to do certain things on a daily basis and reflect on the words that I am speaking out. So that's what I need to get organized on for myself. Okay, so that's what I'm just sharing with you is find that part within you. What is it that you need at this time? What spiritual practice, what spiritual energy, what connection, what do you need to do? And that's what's going to get you to the next step. I do feel that's important. And I feel for some of you, well, actually for a lot of you, with the 10 of Pentacles showing up here is, what is my long-term legacy? Okay, what brings me long-term security? What brings me long-term happiness? Okay, that's important here. That's something what you need to kind of start to think and organize. And once you get certain kind of plan in place, you let go and release, you take some steps forward. And then remember, I told you it's a fine line between when to take action and when to be detail oriented and when to kind of take the big picture view. Okay, now the last question here is, now we're September, we're nearly towards the end of the year. What am I doing? Am I mixing up the decks? Yes, I'm mixing up the decks. Sorry, this is the one. So in the last quarter, where is it that people can focus their energy on in the next 3 months? Okay, we're at September. We're closing the year down. Where can the people focus their energy? Okay, different options. Okay. Where you can focus your energy is that there are many ways that are being offered to you. There are many different emotionally fulfilling opportunities that are going to open up to you. And the Spirit is saying that it is time for you to see and where is it that you stand out? What are you about? This is the first house, okay? The body, okay? This to me is speaking of is what is fulfilling you, okay? You. There may be 7, 8 options that are there. What is it that rings your bell? Where are you drawn to the most? Where your heart, body, mind, and every aspect of you sings with joy. Okay, so begin to focus your energy on bringing joy. Okay, you are the master creator of your destiny, of your reality. So start to pay attention to things that bring you emotional fulfillment. Okay, that's what the key is in the next 3 months. As you focus on you and what brings you emotional fulfillment, it is going to strengthen your individuality. It is going to strengthen who you are at the core, because you're going to begin to pay attention to you. I do feel for those who are connecting with this reading that you haven't been paying attention to you. You've been doing things for others. You've been doing other things. You've been getting distracted. You've been, paying attention to the past past connections or the past job and getting stuck in that past energy, which was not very fulfilling, which was not where your north node is, which is not where that is your legacy creation. Start to honor you. Start to honor your body, some sort of a physical exercise, some sort of a physical routine. Okay, a spiritual routine definitely must be set in place. Okay, definitely an emotional routine to be set in place. Okay, when I talk about emotional routine, is what are you doing for yourself? Okay, what are some of the fun activities that you're doing for yourself? Yes, prescription would be that of fun. Okay, prescription would be that of fun for you, not what is there for everybody. So when you start to invest in yourself, there is a new cycle that you're going to be birthing, especially the ones also connecting in this reading. Like, wow. Okay, so we have covered I gave you like 2 mini readings in one. And this is how I feel you can harness the Virgo energy in this season, this beautiful reflective energy, this beautiful energy of organization, precision, and excellence in your life, and bring about a change to release these harsh judgments and awaken the master within you, because the Virgo energy can bring in tremendous amount of mastery. This is a beautiful time to bring in mastery in the self. So I thank you all for joining in and tuning in. And as always, I'm very happy to do personal readings. Reach out to me if you would like one for yourself. And I'll talk to you soon. This is Archana here.